Hello, my name is Randy Dobson. I'm an instructor here in the Houston, Texas area, and this video will be covering the text styles in Autocad. Hopefully you've watched the videos for the M-Text. That will help you out a little bit in understanding that. If you haven't, I would stop and go ahead and watch that because I'm going to be doing some M-Text, but I'm not going to be explaining that, assuming you've watched my other videos. Uh, the one thing to think of with AutoCAD, there since 2008, they've added a word processor in their M-Text. So if you're comfortable with using like Word or any other kind of word processor, then you can use the M-Text. So and I'm just using that as a comparative. When you do a style, say in Word, you just pick a font and you pick a size and you pick whether it's going to be bold or whatnot. Here, a style, and I'm just going to type in style, style. Here, uh, a, uh, a text style is an accumulation of things. The text style has a name, it has a font, it has a width, it has an oblique or a slant, and it has a height possibly. If you leave it 0, then it will prompt you for a height, so that way you can use different heights if you want to. You can get into the upside down and backwards, but I don't do that in my videos. Uh, so here you create a name, and let's just go with, I'm going to just do a new one, and I'm just going to call it Randy. I'm going to hit OK. So here at Randy, I want to make the style, let's just pick something kind of odd. Let's see what that looks like. That looks fine. Uh, Gabriello, I guess. I'm going to give it an oblique angle of 10, and I'm going to give it a height of, let's just say 1. We'll leave the width factor just normal. I hit apply, set current, and I hit close. Now when I go into my text, my multi-line text, there it is. And see, I can start typing here, Houston, Texas, uh, Community College. Okay, so there is that style. Okay, now the one thing to think about whenever you're working with styles is if it is something that you're going to be bringing into other drawings. Okay, let's take for instance that I want to take this font or this style, and I'm going to highlight it, right click, go. This is just a typical, just a little copy. I'm copying it. I'm going over to this drawing, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to paste it in here. And there it is. And as you notice, it is the same type of font that I gave to Randy in this drawing over here. Now, I want you to notice this one. This is actually the standard. If I go to style here, if you notice on the standard, I gave it this weird name. Okay, but watch when I right click on this and copy it. Copy with a base point. Now when I go over to here and I paste it, oops, didn't work. Let me try that again. Paste. Notice it doesn't look like this. Why? Because I use the standard style here, which the standard is in every drawing. So when I came into this drawing, you got to remember I'm coming into it, so I'm like a visitor. If I type style, notice this standard is Arial. Okay, so the thing to remember is if you're working on title blocks or you're working on notes and you want it to be a unique font like I've done here, then whenever I'm going to go back to the original one here, when you create this style, style, create something that's unique that don't put text or don't put proposed, or any, even the font name, if you want it, do not do that, because there's a chance it can be duplicated. I mean, you could even, do a new one and just say standard, um, and then just put GABRIOLA, hit OK. So now I know, I mean, for this to be in another drawing would be just extremely, extremely rare. Uh, but, remember that if you bring something into another drawing, which you'll learn with blocks if you haven't already, that whatever is in the original drawing, the one that you're coming into, it supersedes anything you're bringing in. Okay, so you'll learn that with your blocks. Now, another thing to consider with style is, if you notice here, let's go to Randy. If you notice, I set it height of 1 right here. Okay. Now, when you watch the dimensions, I'll be going over this too. When you go into dimension styles, and again, this is another video, I'm going over this fast. When you go to text, the standard, you see it's got a text height. I can change that. Watch what happens if I change the text to Randy. It shades this out. Whenever you see anything that's shaded like this, what AutoCAD is telling you is you have selected another setting that won't allow you to change this, because I've told AutoCAD through my style. Let me cancel this out. Let me go back to style. By saying Randy will be 1, then I'm saying that that's locked. Okay, if I wanted it to be changed, I would just change that to 0. And as you notice, all of them are 0. Oops, see, standard isn't, but I'll just show you that real quick. Under the dimensions, when I go to modify it, under text, see, standard will let me change it. Randy will let me change it. Standard, and then this one is shaded out. Okay, so that's a big thing to remember. Know that the name can be anything you want, STYLE, that you want over here, something you can easily remember, but this is all of this information in one. Okay, this does not necessarily mean that it's the same font. I could come over here and put a italic name. See, there's italic, and it's got this one right here. It doesn't mean that that's italic. That's just its name. That is just the style name. Again, this right here on the left is all of this combined together. This pieces of information. So whenever you create a style, and again, the nice thing is, if you don't like a font, you can just go in and just say, well, I want to change Randy to, let's just pick something italic. I can do that, hit apply, and anything there, I had to hit regeneration, and as you notice, it changed. So you can do that in a global setting. And that will conclude this video on textiles. Thank you.